That was Levee.
No problem.
All right, we'll call the meeting order. Roll call the directors.
Vern Bowman,
Here.
Bill Porter,
Here.
Brian Aaron,
Here.
Tom Oakley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion on floor and second. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Minutes of the last meeting, Sue. Everybody get a chance to go through them?
I also have closed session minutes to pass out from that one too.
In fact, now I
The
really-
two of them. Whoops. There's like a vote on it.
You need two separate motions.
Oh, that was our closed session.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the regular meeting. I haven't read the other one yet. As written. Motion on the floor and second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Okay. And the second, we'll look at that.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the closed session as presented.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Sue, any further discussion? All in favor, of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, ayes have it. Okay.
Are you finished? She wants to collect these back when you're done. No, you don't have to sign
Treasurer's
it.
report, Jeff?
Yeah, you're fine.
Never sign it.
No. First lesson to learn.
Well, that's what he's. I don't know how this works.
Well,
I know better than that.
We'll bring you
Estimating
along.
thing, you know. it's
Well, no, and all that,
Well, we don't-
everything we did, we had to sign.
like- Yeah, we haven't dealt with anything.
Anything on a train or safety, or we had to sign it. Sign your life away.
The current bills I have is from Brad Bowman, Tom Oakenfuss, and then Handy Tech Enterprises.
That's for the rules.
That bill,
That's for
that
the-
one bill, Chris Kurtz said, yeah, that's ours.
Good.
What,
Yeah.
Yes.
$8,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 7,000 for that.
But I thought you said there was another one from.
There was two, I
That's
did.
for a project.
Oh, they were both, okay.
Yeah, one was the cab, and one was for
The lobby
7,000.
access road is what it is.
And
Norm
we need
can
to
probably
make
explain
sure,
it to you.
I
The
think,
levee access
when Pete
road.
does work, or whoever,
Tree.
we're limited to 3, they're
Yeah.
limited to 2.
Yeah.
Because OK
And
talked
that
to
was
me
just
now.
common.
Yeah, he
Sometimes,
did. Brian did all the
That
engineering.
was $8,000.
Work for, Brian making that road.
Did the bid tax.
Yeah, I saw that in the last report, I just didn't know exactly what it was,
Yep.
so the OK did go through it and show me.
You were with me that, for part of that company, we took time and did that mowing and stuff. That's what that's all.
We did deposit back in December, we got the final closeout for FEMA, it was $51,133.42.
I got that in my.
Okay.
Great.
They're closed out for 2019.
19.5.
There's the one from the-
Our government.
Okay, that's the time sheet, and this is the
Yeah, the bill.
total in.
Really close to that 10% on the tax, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's the only way I'm worried about going to school.
Yeah. Go back in and see when you're done with it.
Yeah, they're pretty common.
Oh. That's your time sheet? Oh. I'm not that elaborate. I never
I used to
to
put
tell
it
my
in the-
like chicken scratch on the business. So 18, or an
Do you
18,
have a copy of this?
time clock in
These
all
are-
counts.
These are bills that were paid last session, or between last session.
Yeah, until I started getting into this. This is meaningless to me. right now.
We'll
Explain it as we go.
Yeah, as long as it, once I get familiar with everything, it makes sense to me.
All right.
That's fine.
So we got thrown into the firing thing right away.
Well, you can hang on to those. She's gonna go over that with us.
Okay, any questions on any of the, three statements?
No. No second.
Motion on the floor, and a second to approve the bills as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, we got old business. Are we done with the treasurer's report? You got anything else? I guess it's a statement, and we did, the CDs got updated.
Yes.
So did we get the money yet for FEMA?
Yes.
Okay.
Right here, it came 12/5 is when she recorded it. It's the
Okay, I
third
see it.
line
Yeah,
down.
I see it, yeah.
It's finally closed out, Mom.
I'm glad. That was a pain. Not so much from FEMA, from SEMA. That's where the hurt was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're on old business.
Old business would be, with the bids, we get pre-bid walkthrough. I had to do 2 more after that. Lake contractor. We walk everybody through what we went through the first time in January. And I had a dozen phone calls. That's the only thing really, anything on old business we had.
Well, we're on old business, right?
Yeah, well, I checked, new business, we're gonna get into the bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I checked with the city and they use that. Gary Roth was still familiar with it.
Mhm.
He's no longer employed there, but retired.
Yeah.
But he said they used it down behind, on the quarry, around the quarry league field, it put a pipe extension on and they used it. And it was a 36.
It wasn't 36.
But now, I talked to Dennis Beckett, which is there, and he wants to, he said, I will go check all the locations that we got stored. I'm gonna know, get an answer for Cleveland tonight.
Yeah.
And I will pass that on to Chris.
Yeah. What we're talking about is, we talked with Chris, the Levee District, and they're putting in a 36-inch pump down there, shakers. And they were gonna make it flat gate, and I said, we had one here at one time.
Oh,
I didn't know where it was, but that's where it
They
was,
put it
in a
behind
city
the
shed,
old mill.
and it was used by the city, so.
Oh, they did use it.
We don't have that available, but they didn't, as of yesterday, they hadn't started the, who is it, who's making?
Pete's making it.
Yeah.
He is, okay.
Who's making
Now,
it.
Beckett told me he's going out there tomorrow afternoon, and he could pick it up if he wanted to. I don't know, maybe he can make it lunch.
I have no idea.
Where's the pipe going in?
They're
putting one
Limited to two.
Shaver Island. Oh, okay. It's not us, it's at the end of the big field.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah, down the lower end.
Yeah.
So, old business, I guess, no, that,
Besides, just Levee District 2 was asking again about any further information on the spur levy that we kind of talked about, and that's what I was talking to you and Norm about, just kind of bringing that up, and it sounds like we need to decide on somebody to do the core samples first, and then from there we can decide on the engineer.
We have to have somebody do the core samples first, then, once the core approves the samples that is suitable for building, then we need to get an engineer to design it, and then submit it to the core for, approval.
So I don't know if we need to kind of have a joint meeting with Levee District 2 and kind of make sure everybody on both boards is on board with what needs to happen and what to understand that.
Well, it has to go by the orders that the core stated. And last I knew, the last meeting we had, as joint levee districts, we were all in agreement with it, but we hadn't had to sit down to decide on who's going to do the core sample.
Okay.
So we need to have another meeting to decide on who we're going to have to do the core, or the core sample.
well, yeah, there's labs. that do it.
Because estimated cost for, between the two levee districts was around 300,000. 300,000 estimated our cost. So it's $150,000 each levee district. And FEMA, if it's approved, now that 300,000, it may not go to it if the soil samples don't come back, but if the soil samples come back to it that it's acceptable to put one there, that's where we'll run into that full cost, estimated cost.
Yeah.
And that's ours alone, or, well, the two districts, the split, and then FEMA will pick up 35%.
It's above that.
It should be above 300,000, but I doubt it. I wouldn't think.
Is there any grants
We
available?
don't know the quantity.
Not that I'm aware of, not for that.
That's just 300, you're just talking that for.
That's just for the, I mean, it's, I'm sure it's not gonna cost us 300,000 just for the core sample, nowhere near that.
Yeah, I
But
didn't
the
think so.
engineering, if the core samples are approved,
Yeah, yeah,
then we got to go, our next step is the engineer to design it.
yeah.
That's where we're gonna run
That's where
into
you're talking about.
full cost.
How did they need to go on the core samples?
I'm betting 90 feet, 70 to 90 feet.
Yeah, it'll be at least that, I
Yeah.
think, because the core drilled before the big leg was built. There was a hole drilled not far from there. It was about 108.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've seen all the old, the core samples from the pre-delve, and some, they range anywhere from 70 to about 108, somewhere in there. Depends on what they once they hit bedrock.
Well, do we want to reach out to Levee District 2 and try to set up a joint meeting then? Get together so we can decide if we're moving forward or the next step here?
I mean, if we got all our ducks in a row, and we go to FEMA or not, whoever for the levy,
Well,
for government, some kind of funding.
Yeah, once we decide
That's what we gotta get, we gotta get some funding.
once the core samples are approved, that it's suitable site to build, then I'll reach back out to FEMA.
Okay.
Go ahead and secure that. But then we got to also be in the process of getting an engineer, laying it out for them, and then they'll submit it to the Corps for approval.
The Corps has a list of engineers that are qualified.
They did not give
that
us.
they accept. They did
They
not give
give
a
us
list.
a list. They said there's plenty of them out there that, the ones that do the core sampling are ready to go.
Right. But the Corps have a list of engineers that they accept.
They do not have a list.
Okay.
They deal with so many. They deal with so many, I guess that's the reason they don't have a list.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Well, where we at? We need to contact them.
So,
Get back
so,
to
I mean, do you want to reach out to Chris and you guys decide on mutual meetings? Maybe, I don't know who typically communicates with Chris.
Well, we're talking with Chris. We're waiting for Chris on this new project for to come up with on the each ground. We're getting ahead of it.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that, see what we're done with.
Yeah. So we'll get with Chris. I guess.
Yeah.
Contact Chris and go from there.
Either, I would assume, we either show up at their meeting or they show up at our meeting, one or the other, and just try to get through it.
Now, would that need to be a closed session?
Actually, I don't know.
What's your input on that?
So you're just discussing
The,
putting in a new levy?
yeah.
I would think it'd be closed session unless you're talking with somebody else's real estate.
Well, I mean, we're going across that field.
We can try that. There's a lot of farmers, depending on the weather and ground conditions, March could be tough to get everybody here.
March, yeah, well, if it's early enough.
If it's early enough and it's still cool and damp, we're probably fine, but if the sun starts shining and the dirt's dry, maybe hard to find.
Whose field is that we're going across?
That's Chris's? Most of it's Chris's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if he's wanting this spur in there, so
Yeah.
that shouldn't be a problem.
He mentioned something a little bit.
He talked about
Yeah,
that.
we was talking.
We just want to get back right into that, because that's all going to tie together.
Yeah, it's all going. And what we're talking about with Chris, this last meeting, we talked about maybe buying some ground by our intake, and we just, Opie and I went out to see him yesterday, and he brought that up also. And so we're waiting. He said he'll come up, he's gonna take a look at it, find out more on the acreage, and he'll be getting back with us. So we're gonna have to talk to some of the family members, and after that, he'll be getting back with us.
But where that spur would go across there is actually on Chris's
On
ground.
Chris's thing.
So, that we used to survey all that off, but we're gonna buy some of it. Let's wait till we get that spur, and then see where he's at. But what we want is on the inside of the line. That's actually.
Yeah, that was on the outside. But anyway, he'll be getting back with us on that. I don't anticipate any problem with the base or where we're where they're talking about going, because that's on disturbed ground.
Yeah.
It's up from this old original city lagoon, and it's in a regular field, that area had a lot of gumbo.
Now, did we ever decide whether we were going to that, to the parking lot, or were we coming out later?
At the edge of the park.
At the edge of the park?
Yeah, but we need to probably stay out. If we go in further, then we're gonna be crossing the
The
old
old,
city
I'm talking
lagoon.
about outward.
Yeah, and we
Toward,
need to stay out and hit the tip of the parking lot closest to our pump station.
Yeah.
Of the marina, So, just go from there.
I know that would eliminate a lot
We'll
of
be getting with
issues.
them.
That would eliminate
Big field.
Soon anyway.
Norm
Has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
The Sears robot catalog full of
Data.
data, but why we need this.
Oh, yeah. It's a shame it wasn't
Which is
done
good, and
initially.
so does the farmers.
Oh.
All you gotta do is drive down there. Boom, boom, you drive through that hole, it slides off after every rain. And that, Chrissy was talking about having that fixed, and I said, well, why don't we use that money to come out here and build that new levee, and just, that'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to close, you don't have to close a railroad gate and all that right there.
Yeah, that would abandon the railroad, we ought to try to get them on board.
They won't.
And that-
I've already tried. They won't. They will not get involved. It's cheaper for them to close, remove a track if they need to, or just close the gates than to invest in that. And the only time they would have to do that was, if they're flooded. That's the only time that gate has to be closed, then, once it's closed, but it, because their reasoning was it wasn't working for them, because once the river gets up so high anyway,
They can't
the north gates are closed and they're shut down.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can't go past occupation.
Okay. Let me take a moment. Anything else? And are we going into new business? Is there anything under old or new business? We kind of got into it on
They
this.
got
Jump around there.
well, they kind of overlap.
Well, they kind of both do.
Everything
It's all
overlaps.
tied in. Okay.
Since Bowman's is
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Do you want him?
You don't
to-
want-
Yeah, he can open.
Bowman,
Yeah.
since you're.
Yeah, I got you. Good. Got a plug on that?
How many did we get to?
We got three.
Three?
I thought we got more.
Like
Everybody's
6 or 7
really interested.
people. In fact, do we have one from Brandon Roper?
Yes.
We have Roper,
Bowman and Joker.
Bowman's and Joker.
Joker's Inc. or Paving?
Joker's Inc.
Okay. Huh, that's been a long time on the phone with paving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Rob Broomfield was there too, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's big enough for that.
I think get it, Chris.
Before I get, what do you want me to do here, Sue? Just get them and open them?
Just
Or you want me to read them?
read out the
Or should I
bid
read them
amount.
all one at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, from Joker Sink, we have a total cost, I guess I go by that total.
Yeah.
107,557. 7,557.
Who's that from?
Joker's, the carpet. Okay, run a moment. So Brady did good, he's got a little clip on it, that's nice. I got a thing.
What, night?
Why do you, Sue?
You want to party on? You got party on?
guess that's the one we want. 99,445. 99,445.
Roll for it.
I don't want you to get into them, do you?
Who's got the problem?
This one,
That's the Roper Excavating out of Bloomfield, Missouri. $40,750.
Really?
What's on the back?
Oh, he separated it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I got $41,150.
What was that first one? 40,000?
40, so I got 40, 80, 81,000, $900. 41,150 and 47. Yeah.
Roughly 82,000.
I wonder, on that one, is
81.
everything on there?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look at.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, there's-
He won't.
That's quite a big difference or something.
The only thing I see on Roper's is we didn't add in the 2-inch top gravel after they raised that thickness road. That's the only thing I see on that. And he doesn't have replacing that culvert. Everybody else cottonwood. That's the two main things I see. I'm guessing we're not big.
Put it in.
I have no reason.
Yeah, right. Good.
Now Brandon is the one there that was there, that main walkthrough, correct? Because I had another one from Kate that came up that I did a walkthrough with.
Yeah, I think this is the one that was there.
Yeah, that does the trimming and all that stuff. If I remember right, that's who that was. It seems awful low. If it was only a few $1,000s difference, I don't think anything about it, but that's awful low.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Makes me wonder.
Well, there's,
If he's missing something?
Well, I know he's missing a couple of things on there that's not stated.
Yeah.
But the price itself is much lower than everybody else. It's not in the ballpark.
and the distance from,
Yes, and from where they're coming from and everything else, the price is not in the ballpark.
Didn't we tell them that was prevailing wage?
It's only, yes, as far as the spreading the rock, if that was FEMA funded. The elevation, if the price is under 75,000, is not prevailing wage.
Well, that's material we have on site, all they're doing is moving.
Yeah, labor is what I'm talking about, is not prevailing wage on the elevation of the roads. Because that wasn't funded by FEMA.
Is this something that we need to hold off on deciding and get more clarification before we decide, or do we need to decide?
What's that up?
Well, just a couple items, it's not going to jump that price up back in the ballpark. You know, I don't know anything about them, but I'm sure they're capable of doing it, they've been around for a while. But normally, you don't have that big of a discrepancy, that big of a gap on projects being bid on.
you're almost 25%
Oh,
higher
yeah.
than the joke, or, you know,
Yeah.
the jokers, and it's like, they're right here, Vern's right here,
Yeah.
and we're down there, so the cost of,
I don't see how they can do it. I mean, maybe they can,
Yeah.
but that price, that big of a price discrepancy scares me.
with a cost like that, you'd almost want to visit their location and check their equipment, and see what kind of equipment they have. Do you know what I mean? Because you can throw something in there, somebody's got a piece of shit equipment, it's gonna end up costing a whole lot more.
Well, it shouldn't cost us.
No,
If
but,
their equipment breaks down, that's their cost.
no, I understand that, but if you got a timeline or anything, it's gonna end up.
Yeah, we didn't have a clear specified timeline other than once you start getting it done.
What are they missing here, Thorne?
They're missing the culvert up there by the cottonwood, and they're missing the gravel on the maintenance road.
Larry, that total replacement on that.
Which one was,
Is that,
They got it, total replacement one right there.
no, I didn't see that.
The other one,
Culvert replacement, okay.
I mean, they just got, access ramps, box grading and action.
Take a look tomorrow, I'll try to find that. That was
That's
good.
ready.
That's, good luck, talk to you.
Sure.
yeah.
I like to live right here too.
Unfortunately, this is what we deal with when we are outsiders. And I got a bad taste in my mouth from outsiders from the last time.
Well, the last time you did it right.
Yeah.
Well, what I dealt with Breckenridge, we were always high. So it was like, you had to try to sweet talk and take it to a ball game or something, because it's like, man, you're high every time. So,
Yeah.
but doing a job right and everything does mean a lot.
They're all,
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
real close on the first bit, the access road. Between these two, they're higher on
Well, I mean, do we consider the Bowman bid due to lack of clarity with the Roper excavating crew?
Personally, I'm a lot more comfortable with this one, because
I am too.
we know what kind of work we get. He doesn't clarify it, makes us cost for him to back.
Yeah.
You don't say nothing about, we say no vegetation under, it's got to be bladed and moved. Just can't expect.
And I know-
all that grass under.
I know we were clear about all that,
We were very clear on that.
and I sent an amendment out. So everybody that was there, including the couple that came in late, they all got the revised amendment with the changes to the original bid packet.
They don't say a thing about what they rate or anything they're doing. Brad did.
I'm hesitant on that low one.
On the low one?
Yeah,
And if we go between these two, you're eight or nine thousand dollars. We did the last one to jumpers.
Yeah.
The lack of information that they give us, and they say exactly what they're gonna do here.
well, I'll tell you how that one right there looks. That Roper's there. I did simple bids like that when I first started out, and I lost jobs every time. Because it wasn't known, and my bid was too simplified, and I had too big of a gap
Yep.
in the pricing. And I lost the bids every time.
Well, there's no doubt we want this project done correctly and minimize trouble later, and if we aren't sure that we're gonna get that with the current situation, that's a reason to be hesitant.
And I'm a big fan of keeping it low.
Yeah.
These people pay a lot of taxes here. These people probably don't have to pay a lot. Look at this.
Well, that's, you know, whether they pay taxes or not, that doesn't have any bearing from my opinion. You know, when you put something out for public bid, you're gonna get people from all over. It's the way it's worded, it's not clear. It's not clear. I know nothing about that outfit.
Oh, yeah, it's way different.
I personally prefer it going to one of the other two bids.
Do we make a motion, or do we bring it to a vote? How do we do that? Well, what do you guys think? You ready to make a motion?
And myself, I've got my voting on it.
Well, I know.
But you're.
I'm in favor of all of
The
them. And either one, Governors or Baldwin, we've had work from them both. They do good work, both of them.
I mean, you've got somebody who's basically 100 miles away, and you've got somebody 4 miles, you know, to wherever location. Yeah.
I make a motion to do this one. Over, for the simple reason, they're 4 miles away. These are almost too low. I don't see,
Well, they're low and they're just not clear.
well, that, they're not clear.
Yeah.
This one is $25,000 difference then.
I'll second the motion for accepting the bond.
They're $17,000.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Just on that one bid, that I'm not saying that they're not getting all of what they're looking for.
You know, I mean, I don't know, together, putting up here, we got that bids to come out of, and I don't see all that in there.
Accepting the motion.
There's a motion on the floor, and a second. Any further discussion?
I think we all feel pretty good about it. I can tell you.
All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
I just feel that that's not,
I am not comfortable with that one.
it's too simple. And, Norm, you're the one that we gotta make happy. You're gonna be there with them and, you feel that way, I kind of do too.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
Sue, can I get a copy of that?
Remember, Norm said, don't sign nothing.
Sorry. But, authorizing? Yes.
I think that's for
I
them
think
to
that's
sign.
for Brad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else under new business? And we got public participation.
Only thing on new business, do we want to proceed with that catwalk and design and that catwalk going across the front? Yes, with the frame out there.
The what now?
That catwalk out in front of the ballots, where we pick the ballots up, there's no access out there.
Yeah.
We talked about.
Let's
building a
at
catwalk
least explore it
with
to see what it run.
Yeah.
And maybe they'd come up with I mean, we need to put our heads together and make sure we do it as simple as can.
Yeah.
Can.
Well, I know Brad and I've talked, and me and Pete, the welder down here, have talked.
Yeah.
And we're pretty much all in agreement on the design.
Okay.
Now, is that with the little hydraulic crane mounted in that?
Yes, right there in the center,
Extendable, small.
about like on
hydraulic
a service truck.
tool truck, or we can reach down, pick them ballards, we can go this way, slide the gates out, and do self-efficient. We got logs or something hung in there, at least we got, we need to get down there, we can look, lower somebody and manifest.
It's a big safety thing too.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a big.
Yeah, right
safety
now I
thing.
have to walk out there unprotected, hanging them
Yeah.
ballots
Yeah.
up.
It's
I'll
not
get a little
safe.
wobbly.
We don't want you to be floating down the river. Talk nice to me that day.
So I really, I think this is a safety and it just be so handy.
And it's an improvement. It's a big
And they can
improvement.
under improvement, it should have been designed into the thing.
Yeah.
That
Well,
right,
we can't afford to have
it
it
does
anywhere.
work, but sometimes you need some assistance and that pulling a log down or something, it's gonna work out. I think it'd be a big deal to some kind of small design on it. Put some prices on it, so.
Well, that's the only thing that I hadn't proceeded on was getting it priced out and stuff, and fully getting it drawn out. Brad's the only local engineer, I know. Do I have permission to go to him to design it, or do I need to go for somebody else?
Who's that? Give me Brad.
You know,
He's the only engineer I know.
when they did them hydraulic cylinders, when we replaced the mechanical,
Yes.
and with the sleeve that always stripped itself out,
Yeah.
Brad and Dave Crinsley put their heads together on that.
Yeah.
And Dave is a sharp cookie. Maybe we talk to both of them and see, you know.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to pursue the design
Okay.
of the catwalk.
Get something started on the
Yeah.
design and maybe price estimates.
Get some estimates, you know.
Especially with do we use a new crane or do we look for a good use? And there's outfits that sell them.
Well, Brad mentioned it to me here last month, that he'd seen a good, so these bed cranes,
Yeah, that was me.
but that was you?
That was, yeah, I said, but it was on Marketplace.
Yeah. Well, I think Brad said something, I think that Brad said something too, because
Okay.
the place that he's seen it from is places that refurbish them and sell.
Yeah, I think that's what I got too.
Okay.
Jack cranes? Jack crane?
No, this is like a service truck crane, 10-ton capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, 10-ton or something like that. Something we could put on that pier that would be hydraulic controlled, you could run it from over here, that's what you're doing.
Okay.
Like Bernie's got on his, or Bloomsdale's
Right,
got on
okay.
there, it's a service truck.
Just service truck.
So,
I'll second your motion.
Okay, motion on the floor in a second to, how's the word,
To pursue the design and price for the cost, or for the catwalk.
Yeah. This is at the intake at the pump station.
Okay.
Yeah. Pumping
for the
station.
catwalk that includes.
Catwalk containing with
Yeah.
So that'd be an estimated cost.
estimate, yeah.
Right.
Because
Because it's where we're at.
If it's over 5,000, it's coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could pick one lane,
Right around.
but you're gonna have to hire
Well, once we kind of design it, then we can maybe say, well,
you know, somebody
kind of
like
include that
Artisan or,
into some of the
you know,
investigation.
guys who fabricating, work like that.
Well, not on a big scale, but there's a lot of different changes just on the dump truck bids when we get them.
Yeah.
And on other, some of the equipment, some of the attachments.
Whoever to get something, because we're gonna need a crane and everything to set all that.
Oh,
So it ain't gonna be a cheap project.
Yeah, we'll have to get bids for that.
But that's our next project, Norm and I's pursuing, and then it's the size.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we get that done, all of our big projects are pretty much done.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor in a second. Go ahead if you've got more questions. You got more questions on it?
No, I think we need to get started on it and get a plan.
All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. That's a green light.
And as far as like cranes or anything like that you would ever need, I can probably give you the best deal on something.
We're counting on it.
That's why you're sitting there.
Would you like the sound?
We
of
had you
that?
in mind, Ron. Oh, by the way, before we started the meeting, Norm, Ronnie Barron, we worked together for a lot of years, and anybody else that hasn't met, that's right. We were supposed to do that at the beginning of the meeting, and
Yeah.
Well, we kind of introduced
Okay.
ourselves.
that was all our new business.
Yep. Well, that's good.
One of those, your building, I looked in there, it's coming along very nicely. I know you're doing it in spare time and whenever you get time. Your mini split, you have any luck on it yet?
I have no one there, but I'm getting ready to, because I'm getting ready to run that wire over.
Okay. We have done approved that for you,
Yeah.
a while back.
And I got the package of paper.
It'll really, if we get any high water, he'll be on it.
Well, the legend,
So we don't want no high water. We'll let him drag his feet. What about our, getting our gates put in? Do we need that done yet?
I
or
haven't
we
seen
okay?
anything that's alarming yet.
Okay. We still have the screen.
We have two passageways still open.
Yeah, they're open, they're laying there.
Yeah.
Don't see any
Yeah.
future that we need to put it in. Boy, it's sure pretty down there. There's no trash, no nothing in it. The water's just nice and clean running through there.
You know, I
I'm
like
sure
to see
it's
that.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got under public participation?
So Matt Thomas from the Flying Club is supposed to be here, however, he had to go somewhere else. So he's asked me to represent them for a request to get an agreement with the Levee District. A year and a half ago, the district approved the easement, 25-foot easement, as you go towards the levee for the Flying Club. Utilize it as a barrier to keep the crops from coming so close to the airfield. So they want to do the improvements there. However, he doesn't believe that just the easement that was recorded is enough. He wants an actual agreement saying that the Levee District approved the easement on that east side and also on the north end, and that it runs in perpetuity with the Flying Club until they disband. And if they disband, then it goes back to Levee District.
I thought we did that.
I do too.
You never approved an agreement, you approved the plat, and
Okay.
you approved the design, what they requested.
All right.
We never went any further than that, because it was we were never tasked with it.
So you're wanting us to.
I'm not wanting anything.
They're wanting, well, you're the liaison. So you want
Yes.
the board to approve and authorize that easement.
Authorize that we draft an easement for your
Okay.
signature and their signature.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends on if you all want us to do that.
We own the ground there at the,
It's under the
Yeah.
Levee District.
on the, what, is this where they're extending the runway, making
Yep.
it longer?
Yeah, it's on the side and on that north end.
And
I'm
that's
sorry,
where
south
they-
end.
It's coned off now, isn't it?
Yeah,
What
we're
they-
not expanding it any further than what it's coming off now. Okay.
Well, part of that too, it's a low and it's at subgrade now. It's not up to grade with the
Yeah.
existing levee.
Yeah.
And one thing they talked to me about was dirt. And we would have surplus dirt if and when we clean out the ditch by the airstrip there. That would save us some hauling. If we could just deliver it down there, that they'd have to probably do their thing with how they want it shaped.
And we have that surplus dirt on the north side.
On the north side. That's the one
I'm
we're
not
talking
sure
about.
that's included in the contract with Walmart. Is it, Sue? The soil on both sides of the intake? The dredging that was done?
It's in the, what did you ask me?
The contract that we have with Walmart for processing our dredging material? Is both sides
Both sides
of the panel?
I had
I
talked to
have
Todd
to
once about it
look
too, and he
at
said,
it.
well, if they need it up there, that,
Yeah,
because that's pretty good dirt up there.
we're talking about right by the runway there.
Sure, I know where you're talking
Yeah,
about, but
that
I'm
dirt,
saying if we
if
have, if we need more, we have that soil on the.
Well, true, that would be close to the south end of that runway
Yeah.
too. So either source, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, but we can't give that soil away if it's under contract with
There's
Walmart.
some of it that has a lot of debris in it and sand and some gravel. That part could be used up there.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a sod runway anyway,
Now,
so.
verifying that we're gonna sign this over to them legally, that doesn't put us in, what, to haul them dirt for free or anything, does it?
All it is to give them some security, or
Okay.
a feeling of security that.
In addition to the easement that's been established, I just want a written agreement that we sign, kind of like a contract that we're on the same page, and we're not gonna.
We don't have any money to build an airport.
Yeah, that's.
No, it doesn't tie us.
That's just for the easement, that don't tie it. If they want.
I'm all about helping them, they need that dirt, I think that's great.
Well, that would be close haul for us, if we get it out of it, clean it up when we clean the ditch. And that ditch is gonna need cleaning in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
It could use it now.
Yeah. If we get that land purchase from Chris, that ditch will be our property.
Yeah,
And we could put a pipe in there.
yeah.
It needs to be cleaned up, but we could go right across it from now and then clean it out.
So who would draft this agreement essentially for us?
We'd have to go through our attorney.
Now,
Or
is
you
that
can
our
require it-
expense or is that their
That's
expense?
at our expense, yeah. Or you can ask them
Levee
to do
district
it.
expense?
Yeah.
Probably, so we get it back, it'd probably be better if we run it to our attorney. Don't you think?
It's up to whoever you want to draft it, whoever you want the expense to be part of.
Well, they're asking for it, it shouldn't, it shouldn't be theirs.
Well, why don't you have them present us with an agreement that they're comfortable with, and we'll review it, and if everything looks good, we'll sign it, and we're fine with it. That way, it's kind of in their court for right now.
Do that.
I like that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good idea.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
I got one other thing, Ron.
Yes.
If we're done with that, the ditches, because you brought the ditches up. I know we talked about getting it done, and ditches mowed and stuff. This winter before crops go in.
Right.
Do we want to move on that?
I've been searching, I haven't found anybody with one of them things other than Brian, and I haven't.
What special road district has one?
They can't reach it all. I talked to them,
Not even from both
but
sides?
if you can't get, well, they could get to the bottom,
Yeah.
but then you got the center. I'd like the whole thing mowed nice and neat.
You need a big brush cutter and an excavator on it?
That's what
You know, I don't know that.
You got it.
No.
I would think.
I don't know if we need
You
one.
you could probably rent.
Yeah, right.
I think they could be rented.
No, I'm sure they can.
All it takes is the hydraulic and the mount, and the hydraulic arm.
Yeah.
So,
I think we need to get on that so that we're not back where we were.
We were, and I think we need to hit the Valley Springs, at least up to the end of where they cleared the last time. Some of them are getting, almost need to be pulled out.
You talking about the
Clear it and then mow it. So you got all them chips and crud.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
might wanna look at that and just, and maybe
Maybe
just
just
pull
clear
them
it
out
out.
and put them on.
Clear and burn it like we did up by the airport.
Yeah.
Are you talking up to that first row or up to the old levee?
As far as.
I would say all the way to that old levee.
Yeah, where they.
Ours, that's ours, and that's east of
Yeah, I had boils in that road
Okay.
the last time.
Then we need to go all the way up.
Yeah, it would go up to where the original creek
Yeah.
bed was.
Yeah.
Everything that the Corps put in, a 3-to-1 slope and a, what was it, 15, 18-foot bottom and a 3-to-1 slope. That whole ditch up to the original Valley Spring branch.
We had that all planned out with
That grant.
that grant money, but the farmers took all our money.
That grant was ours. I put a lot of effort into that.
I don't even know about it.
I know, we're picking on you.
I know. Let out get caught in the
There,
middle.
we need to stay after that.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing that now.
But I think we ought to get mowed what we can,
Yeah.
and then the rest of it, just
Some
like
of
a
it-
bullet and clear it and burn
I
it.
mean, how big of a machine do you need to, if you could rent one?
Can I rent yours?
Well, You want the mini or just the 225?
The 225, and we could do it in-house, if we want to do that, do the grant.
Well, possibly, if we can find
And
the,
him and I, we could try to give us something to do.
so, I'll have to talk to Dad.
You want to run an excavator for a while?
If you don't, I do.
You can oil.
And well, you need.
What we can
That
talk
could be
about.
something to work out if we can get, I mean, that's cleaning it big time.
There's gonna be some
We can rent.
bigger stuff in there too, I think. You know,
Yeah,
they
that
need-
need,
I think they're gonna need to do that.
Need to be full of that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll all chop. And when it does chop,
Well,
when we
then
do
you get all
chop,
that
we'll get that in
trans-
our grid,
it's gonna
in our
push
intake
that,
too. I don't
Yeah,
like
up there
that.
in that road, you got some up there that day.
Yeah, they're bigger than you think.
Yeah.
You go walk and look at them. We need to look at them close again.
Well, then the clear easy, that's just clear.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
After it's clear, it'll be nice.
I just
the
don't know
small
much
stuff
about
will still be
the
chopped.
hydraulic
Jump
flow
in
on
there
our
with
machine, if it's got the
D5
flow
or
to run the
something.
cutter.
And shake
You know,
them,
it's
shake them back up.
older
so we
machine,
can
and
mold my tractor.
I don't wanna ruin the hydraulic flow,
Why
just
track
because
it?
we're trying to run the cutter on it, so that's the only reason I'd be hesitant, just not knowing.
Not down in the
Pretty good.
cell, just the
Oh,
slope, where you can run your.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Well,
There's no, no
I
trees in
mean,
the
it's
middle,
really,
they're both
it's,
on the
that
back.
would be a low, low flow pressure.
Then you could.
There's some of them more so.
Right.
You could run over a
High
five,
pressure.
especially if you got a little excavator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you back up.
So I just don't.
Yeah, okay. All right, need to-
That's another project.
Do we need to
That's
do it?
another project. All right,
Sure what year it is. It's
anything
a-
else? We'll look at that
225.
seriously and get something together.
Check
Okay.
into it and see, so.
Something like that, in-house, we can do that.
Anything else we got?
I make a motion we abandon ship. Captain,
Everybody
everybody
jumped
jump
in. Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
And second by Phil. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.